Hey everybody, Asher here, back with some more Hearthstone, where today it is a new season. We are ranked 20 again, and that means we got to start our climb up to Legendary. And what better way to do that than with the best deck of them all, Purple Ponies. That's right, this is a Dreadsteed deck, also known as Dreadlock. Maybe one day people will quake in fear at this deck. For now, it's something that I think can work, but is going to need a lot of work and a lot of refinement. It all starts with Dreadsteed, a 4/1/1 epic, Death Rattle, summon a Dreadsteed. Now, I do want to take a moment to talk about the card text here, which it refers to Crescendo, who's a person who posted on the Hearthstone Reddit, essentially saying that he wanted to thank the community and everything for Hearthstone being a big part of his life, but he had terminal cancer, and he was going in probably never to return. So I think this card is a nice dedication to him, especially with its persistence, and it keeps coming back. And apparently Blizzard gave an update and said that Crescendo is still alive, and I think that's just a good case that just because you get a terminal prognosis doesn't necessarily mean that terminal is tomorrow, and I hope he's doing well or at least okay. Let's talk about the deck a little bit, because you do want to get your Dreadsteeds out, but my first iterations were a little too Dreadsteed focused, and I actually was not getting them out. So what makes your Dreadsteeds good? Mal'Ganis will buff them, 2/2. Kel'Thuzad and Baron Rivendare can make your Dreadsteeds appear again and again, and I feel a little dumb because I was running a long time testing the deck without Baron Rivendare in the deck. Oops. He's actually a key part of some combo pieces here, such as Sacrificial Pact, which, yes, that is a card that you can play in this deck, and Mortal Coil, where you can try and bring your Dreadsteeds out. Now, this is very much an attrition deck. It's almost like a Warlock version of Freeze Mage in a way. You can use Sacrificial Pact to heal yourself. You can use Siphon Soul to heal yourself. You can use Twisting Nether to clear the board. I run 2 Doomsayers for the same reason. I run the Rubian Eggs because you're going to be destroying your board so much. That's why I run 2 Hellfires. Not everybody does. That's good there. Void Terrors I found do a lot of heavy lifting, especially if you can Void Terror and a Rubian Egg, or if you can get a good Implosion off. But warning, in my testing of this deck, I only got an Implosion that was more than 2 points of damage once, and I played a lot of games, so I will be shocked if we get anything above 2 damage Implosions today. But this is a deck that relies on self-healing. I could potentially be running a Refreshment Vendor as well, but I'm not really inclined to do that just yet. Maybe if I feel like I need more healing later on. This is not... Whoops, we can't put Stala down. But anyway, Refreshment Vendor, wherever he is. But I think right now Antique Healbot is okay with the Sacrificial Pacts as well. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't necessarily know how this deck is going to do. Like I have said and other people have said before, this is not really a competitive deck yet, but it is fun to play, and when it works really well. So hopefully I can show you all the deck working this time. So, you know what? New season, lots of people putting on their try-hard hats. That's the way it goes. And we are going to be going from rank 20, 2 stars, riding the Purple Ponies to victory for Crescendo. Let's get this started. So we're starting with Paladin. I have no idea if Paladin is a good matchup or a bad matchup. But considering chances are that this is a secret Paladin, because I've run into a ton of those lately. We have really nice early game here. I think that was the biggest weakness in some of my original iterations, especially early ladder here. So many people are going to be running aggro. And we do have Baron Rivendare right away. Like I said, I was wondering, for a while I was wondering why I wasn't drawing my Dreadsteeds, but they were there. Then I was wondering, why am I not drawing Baron ever? Turns out I wasn't running him. But triggers your Death Rattles twice, which means you get multiple Dreadsteeds from there. So far, so good. We could go for the Mortal Coil, but I'm going to be inclined to save it. This may be aggroed in, which means we need to, we'll let him be the one to muster and do all that. This, like I said, the eggs are nice. I'd love to have a Doomsayer to play before turn 4. Actually, a Doomsayer on 5 could be pretty nice if he doesn't have enough of a board. Doomsayers are a little tricky because sometimes they just get surprise damage out of there. Now here's the other thing, is that Void Caller, you like it when it pulls Dreadsteed, you like it when it pulls other Void Callers, but you don't want it to pull Mal'Ganis too early. And I don't think this is worth doing too much here. So we'll tap. There's a Dreadsteed, so that is a good next turn. Hopefully we can pull him. And let's go ahead and cycle a card too. Pop that now. You still want to... The early game is so important for this deck because you want to set up some good plays here. What was I saying? Doomsayer next turn could be really nice. Might even be able to save the Hellfire. Alright, so 1 card draw. I don't mind that. I mean, if I can play some cards, that'll be a good way to avoid Divine Favor. Okay, Piloted Shredder, suddenly Doomsayer, not as good of a play. So I guess we Hellfire here. Or I could Dark Bomb. So your Dark Bomb Doomsayer plays around Divine Favor a little more. It depends on what comes out of the Dark Bomb. At least it'll eat up a bunch of damage. Because I'd love to get the Void Collar on the board for the Doomsayer, and I could potentially get out a Dreadsteed to start pinging the crap out of him. Let's do this first. Please get like a patent name or something. That'll do.
The end is coming!
Now he likely has a True Silver, and he can potentially kill this whole board. But that's alright if he does. Alright, is that the True Silver? He's thinking about it.
Let me think.
Yes, let's think for a minute. Now, I don't run BGH in this deck. It would be hilarious if I could go Void Collar, turn 7, Baron Hellfire. Okay, there's that. He does have enough on the board to take out the Doomsayer. Just a little unfortunate. Hellfire might have been just sufficient there. Alright, so second Void Caller. We'll see how this does, because right now this is not my favorite. Especially if he has the Mysterious Champion in his hand. Because like I said, I'm assuming with the cards that he's played so far, pretty much everything that I see, he hasn't played Avenge. But it sounds like he has a Mysterious Champion in there somewhere. Let's see if we can get a Rubber Ducky out. Or is it just aggro? Okay. So he's going to get all the draws out of this. Dreadsteed!
I greet
Welcome! Who runs Silence in a Paladin deck? Probably this guy, just to ruin my day. Now, we want to save Baron for a combo. If we can. We don't have to play him right away.
I must move quickly.
But that hurts his time just a little bit. Alright, so what's the best way to avoid face damage here? Is it going to be the Hellfire? It might be. Especially since he's just going for face now. We do have the anti-kill bot, which is good. Alright, does this change our plan?
Well met.
Not yet. Alright. Now, the problem is that if I Hellfire, this dies. And,
I wonder.
we could try giving it a turn, but I think I want to bust this. These guys are going to be busted out anyway, so... And this is the fun part of the deck, is that you don't always know what's best. Let's tap first. We're not going to be doing anything else anyway, so Mortal Coil, pretty nice. We could coin Mortal Coil, but we want to maybe save that for our own Baron combo. So let's go ahead. I can't take this out, unfortunately, so let's hit face. Alright. Hello, Dreadsteed, and Nerubian, and Wool Spiders, and face damage. How's it going? Now, we don't want to get too many Dreadsteeds on the board, but we can potentially get... we can potentially max our board with Dreadsteeds and Baron. Next turn, because it's... Oh boy. That's something we're going to have to deal with. Maybe not this next turn. Okay, we have the second Dreadsteed in our pocket. So 7, that's going to be 4, 5... I'm not super inclined to tap here. But we have the mana for it.
I wonder.
So let's see if there's anything else we can get. Implosion's good. Let's go ahead and Baron.
The scourge will consume you.
Let's attack first. Ping. Okay, we gotta watch it here. And then let's make one more. That's probably all we need. Siphon Soul's a great card here. Okay, 4. He will probably deal with Baron. If he's smart, he'll take out my ponies and fill up my board with useless junk. But 4 to 5 ponies is about what you want. And that's why we have the heal bot and everything to try and make all this work. So, Mass Dispel wrecks this. Okay, Harvest Golem.
My shield for
Defender. Is he just gonna go face? No. Well, that's a positive. Okay. What do we do here? We got a few combos that we can play with. Because these guys will come back if I Void Terror them. But we need to kill this guy.
I wonder.
So we have 9 mana. Let's go ahead and kill you. Alright. Takes off the 1/1 so we can bring all the ponies! All the ponies! And... did you remember that I had coin? I hope so. Because we eat you! 1, 2... and then they come back! Right there. Alright, now we know that those will actually appear on the left, which is interesting. So, 5/5, and then a bunch of 1/1/1/1/1/1s. And his AoE board removal doesn't work very well. And you know what, maybe I could have saved the 5/5 for the Void Caller and popped out my other Dreadsteed. But considering I have 4 Dreadsteeds, I don't really need to play this one. And he probably doesn't know that I have a heal bot as well, but he's got some choices that he's got to make. Because like I said, this deck's all about attrition. I do have some pretty big mass removal in here. Okay, Dude Slayer Extraordinaire. Let's see what else we got. Emperor, so we know who we're casting Implosion on next turn. And we're going to go face. That's fine. That plays into what I'm doing just fine. So we don't need all the imps in the world, we just need a few. See, 2 damage. 2 damage works perfectly. Now the downside to this is that, and that was a misplay, unless we get rid of Void Terror first. And that was a mistake. I should have held on to the Void Terror there. I should have implosioned afterwards, but we need the additional healing, and we will run our creatures all into there. Our board is full. Like I said, this is why you don't want more than those Void Terrors, but we have a lot of... we still have some survival. We have another Sacrificial Pact. We have a Kel'Thuzad. We have a Mal'Ganis.
I see.
Lotheb. Well, Lotheb's not going to do a lot. Unless he starts going face. Alright, so, dudes. Let's see, guys. This looks like a pretty standard mid-range list right now. Not seeing a lot of twists and turns here.
Put this apple on your head.
Knife Juggler, a little bit of a misplay. Maybe he's tilting. Whoa, aggroed. Fully aggroed in. That's fine. And then we're going to go all face all the time. And that's okay. He still may be able to do enough damage to me. Oh, Sludge Belcher, what a top deck. Alright. I don't know if I want a Void Caller here. I only have one other activator for the Nerubian Egg, which is my second Void Terror. How do we want to split this up?
So many
I
possibilities.
want to kill you for sure. Then drop you. I want to kill our tokens. Let's see what else we got. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so if we can... 2, 3... We'll go and drop you. I don't really want 5 horses. So we can potentially kill this taunt. And I need to find another one of my heals. Because if he has Tyrion here, he could potentially light me really hard. Equality, okay. That's a thing. Unfortunately, that hurts. That probably hurts him more than it hurts me. But I can see what he's going for.
Can I help you, sir?
Oh, Jeeves. That is going to play nicely for both of us, I think.
Reporting for duty. Let me get back.
So that's that Jeeves could be clutch. Good. I said I needed a little more healing, and we got it. Alright, so that's... Let's go ahead and trade in. Looks like Jeeves is going to have to be up one more turn. So 1, 2... Let's think about this. Let's go ahead and do 2 damage to him. And then this is a little risky to put another pony on the board, but I think we're late in the game enough to where it's alright. So let's get a big body out here. And second Dreadsteed, which we will immediately tap into the Antique Healbot. Sacrificial Pact. That's a good showing, guys. 5 ponies on the board, and I get Kel'Thuzad, which I don't need, and Mal'Ganis, which will win me the game outright. If this doesn't already. So this is how the deck's supposed to work. Let's see if he can make the play he needs to make. There's a True Silver, so he's just going to go face Direwolf Alpha. Okay. So what other threats can he drop? Because one issue I could run into here real quick is that I don't have... I have my little 5 pings. There we go. There we go.
Reporting for duty.
That's good for me. That is so good for me.
Let me get back.
Okay, so Sea Giant, just literally Flood Paladin, which I've thought about running Sea Giant here. Oh my god. Now I can't Mal'Ganis if I Hellfire, but Hellfire is ridiculous here. But we do need to kill something on the board. So, because I might not survive, even with the Hellfire. Well, I guess we're killing this. So let's do that. That's why we have the big body. I don't need to tap anymore. And then...
Almost out of time.
I think I'm going to heal bot and then Hellfire so I can have room for Mal'Ganis next turn in case he catches wise to what I'm doing. Just say oops. But we meant it. All the ponies! Now we just need a big Mal'Ganis play to close it out, or he needs to draw Tyrion.
Shields up. Red alert.
That was a mistake. My shield for Argus.
Alright. So that's pretty good. And please attack the Dreadsteed. Alright. The thing is that Mal'Ganis is your closer in this deck. He really, really is. And he's doing good. He's doing damage that I don't have to do to his face. So we're going to have Mal'Ganis and we're going to have possible Kel'Thuzad up at the same time, maybe. Doomsayer in case we need it. Doomsayer is a pretty good clear, but let's go ahead and just... Alright. And we're just going to clear the board. Now, he may have an equality here. And if he does, there's nothing I can do about it. Typically, oh, I don't know, some lists will run to equality. I'm not sure if this is an aggro list, if it runs more than one. Okay, so Healbot. And Dude.
Reporting for duty.
Alright. Anything else we need right now? Just Kel'Thuzad, I guess.
Victory is
Alright, so there we go. We didn't even get Kel'Thuzad out in time. He had to be sent back, but that's how the deck works. It's an attrition deck. And we got our second golden Voidwalker finally. I only run one Voidwalker here, as you can see from the list. Let's see, like I said, a little bit of a long game, but we have... Heck, we got time for one more. It's Dreadlock, it's purple ponies. It's supposed to take a while. Maybe that's what took me so long to test the deck, was just everything takes forever. Let's see if we can make it work this time instead of, well,
your soul shall be mine.
what happened in the previous game, which didn't make it on the recording, unfortunately. Let me put it this way. Not watching your screen, and then not counting your cards, and then pulling Mal'Ganis. Bad news. Bad news. However, this is a good start for us. Especially if I can Void Tear out a something here. The one thing I really wish I had was removal. Don't know. It could be worth it to Void Tear and get this out. I mean, it's Rogue. It's Mech Rogue. I think we do just play on Curve. Because he's going to get a lot of bodies out in the woods. So 3-5, make some good trades. You can't kill this cleanly without weaponing up. And that's only the Nerubian too, so there we go. Plus we got some healing to start with. We can still Void Collar out whatever. Okay, so what can he do for 3 here? Not Eviscerate. Well, he can Eviscerate for 2 and then run in. I'll be happy if he ditches an Eviscerate early. But yeah, I like to have board clears here. This would be a great place to have Doomsayer. Not necessarily here, but... Doomsayer, Void Collar, Doomsayer, Dreadsteed can be a thing. Oh, you sapping piece of crap. That's okay. It's not Freezing Trap, but he's going full aggro. So I guess that just means we're going to have to Void Collar and start healing up a little bit because I can't let this keep going too much longer. Can for a little bit, but I have removal in my deck and I have some stuff for early game in my deck. I just don't know where it's located right now. But the thing is that you don't want to necessarily hold Sacrificial Pact for some kind of combo here. You want to use it ASAP. So he's going to go that way. Ugh. Alright, we got a 50-50 of being good or at least being a body. So let's start with that information. Not what I want to do. Alright, we'll do this for now. See, this is why I run. I have 2 Hellfires. I have a Twisting Nether. I have 1 Dark Bomb, 2 Mortal Coils. That's supposed to take on some of this creature stuff. Maybe I just didn't mulligan very well. Maybe I shouldn't keep a Dreadsteed in the mulligan, because I'd never really want to play him this early. Because they don't really compete for the early board, especially when you have all this mech synergy. And you know Iron Sensei's coming. He may be thinking about assassinating this, which is not terrible. Not conventional, but not terrible. Let me put it this way. I hope it's not an assassinate. That will actually make me sad.
So many options.
But I do have 13 points of healing. I'm really annoyed at last game, though, because I didn't count cards. I just had a hand that was way too full. Oh, wow, I actually hatched eggs. I have... Blackrock Mountain has been here how long, and I have not hatched eggs. Ever. Ever. So what's he thinking about? Okay. That's fine and dandy. Thing is that with a hyper control deck like this, where you don't necessarily want to get blade flurried all the time, I'm actually going to keep this up. Hit you. Heal. I have a decent combo. I don't know if I want to play the Voidwalker yet, so I may need to save that taunt. But we need to start tapping into something here, because right now we whiffed on our early removal and have paid the price with our health so far, especially since so many people are going aggro. And that friend thing still doesn't work. So yeah, I possibly could have ranked up to 19, but I ended up having to concede because I accidentally ditched Mal'Ganis, which pretty much is a loss. It's okay if Mal'Ganis dies, but you don't want to just lose one. But see here, this is why we play it this way. So Hellfire is good here. Dreadsteed might be a little better though. Bane of Doom is even better. Dreadsteed. Let's see. Dreadsteed sets up our Baron next turn, but I'm gonna take a little bit of damage if I do that.
I wonder.
Well, I can play those all in the same turn next time. Hi, Mal'Ganis! That is exactly what I wanted right now. Well, didn't even get to see the goods here. It's gonna make this video run exceptionally long, I think. So maybe, you know, like I said, I'm just disappointed. The deck takes a while to develop. Let's look at the deck one more time, because there's still some iteration that can happen here, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll need to check the footage real quick and see if I can tack on another game or not, but I'm not sure if I can. But here's the deck one more time. Like I said, Mal'Ganis is a win condition. Kel'Thuzad helps you populate the board. Baron Rivendare helps you populate the board. I really like Void Terrors for their Nerubian synergy, as well as their Dreadsteed synergy. Bane of Doom, you still have good stuff in this deck. And like I said, I'm just trying to find a happy balance for what will actually work and let me progress. So this is either it. Thank you for watching. This is Asher, or we're going to get a bonus game. But hey, you're allowed to have fun in ranked play sometimes. I know Hearthstone's a game and everything, but seriously, you don't have to play tier 1 top best ever decks all the time. Purple Ponies, it's fun. Check it out. See you next time.